Hello, I am Cigar and Bar, and today we are having a funeral of sorts. Hello, I am Cigar and Bar, and welcome to another Cocktail Corner. Today we're going to be talking about a little bit of sad history. Today is July 31st, 2021, and it is the 51st anniversary of the Black Tot, or the day the rum died, the day they gave the last rum ration in the British Navy. A couple other countries continued serving a rum ration after that. We're going to cover that a little bit later, but for right now we're going to talk about the British one. Since 1850, abolition of the rum ration had been talked about in Parliament and had been considered, but it wasn't until 1970 when military minds finally caught on to the idea that you aren't dealing with wooden sailing vessels anymore. You have very high-tech equipment and very precise instruments that are being used. Originally, the rum ration had been a full pint a day, mixed 1 to 4 with water, and then that got halved, and then it got halved again in 1850, and it became the tradition to the last day that it was poured in 1970. And that was what it was mixed with. It was usually mixed with water and would be regulated that it needed to have a little bit of lime added for vitamin C to help prevent scurvy. And it was also written in the regs that soldiers who wanted to abstain from some of their other rations could save up their rations to add a little bit of sugar to it to make it a little more palatable. Now, the original Royal Navy rum would have been served at 57% or gunpowder proof, and it was called gunpowder proof because the way the soldiers would check to make sure that they were getting all that they were owed, that they were getting the strongest rum that they were owed, was they would take the rum and they'd pour a little bit out over some gunpowder and they would light it. And if it's still lit, then that meant it was 57%, it was strong enough. Most rums you can get today at 40% aren't necessarily going to burn, so you can't douse gunpowder with it and get it to light. So they would feel that they had been hard done by if they received some of the rums that we got today. But that was how they would have tested it. And the rum that would have been served at the time would have been specially blended for the Royal Navy. It is not available anymore. There are a few rare bottles left over from 1970. They were bottled and it was known as the Black Tot. And in fact, the Black Tot 50th anniversary rum was sold last year. You can't really get it anywhere anymore. And it would have been some of the original stuff. But failing that, the closest rum available on the market today to the rum that would have been served to British soldiers for the rum ration is Pusser's. Pusser's rum. This is a delicious rum. It is not gunpowder strength. It is only 42% alcohol. So again, they would have felt hard done by if a sailor had received this particular rum. But that's what we're going to go with today because this is based off of Navy records to be the closest to what they would have been served, just at a different strength. So let's just go over some tasting notes today. Forgive me, I know this is kind of a faux pas, but I'm just going to drink out of the bottle because it is my bottle. And it's the sailorly thing to do. So let's get some tasting notes here on the Pusser's rum. Smells very creamy, buttery, perhaps a little bit salty, hard to tell. Now that is smooth and sweet with a little bit of iodine on the finish. So it does have an almost salty kind of iodine flavor. It's very nice. I'm going to go in for a little more. It's quite nice. Now, the way they would have served it to the men with the water would have been served at up spirits, which would have been sometime between 10 o'clock and noon, depending on the vessel. And it would have been served by the purser, which is where we get the name for this rum, Pusser's. Mr. Pusser is a shortened, bastardized version of the word purser. So it was the purser's rum that was given to the soldiers. So Pusser's rum. And they would have been expected so that they couldn't hoard it and drink themselves into oblivion at a certain part of the day to upend the cup over their head when they were served it. So we're going to do that today. So I've got, in this cup right here, I've got 8 ounces of water. To that, we're going to add 2 ounces of rum. Considering it's only 42%, we're going to add a little more rum. And we're going to add just a little squeeze of lemon there, so we got lime, so we get a little bit of citrus. And I make it about 11 o'clock. How about you, Tango? That's a yes from Tango. It's up spirits, so cheers. And that is empty. Now, traditionally, when they would serve it in these cups, most cups on a sailing vessel would be like most cups you would imagine anywhere. They were washed frequently for cleanliness. There were special cups used for the rum ration, of which this is not one. This is just a standard tin cup. But the special cups that would have been reserved for the rum ration were cleaned on the outside every day, but never cleaned on the inside. Because the sailors thought that the little bits of rum that clung to the inside, somehow the residue made the next ration that much more potent. And so they were adamant that they not have that rum that they deserved be washed out of there. So they would have never washed the inside of the cup. Now, unfortunately, we have had our rum ration here, but the rum ration is no more. And on the day of the Black Tot, many soldiers cast their ration into the sea. There was records on at least one ship of a mock funeral being held, and many soldiers chose to wear a black armband in memorial of their fallen comrade, the beloved rum ration of the British Navy. So I am doing that today. I have enjoyed my rum ration. I may enjoy a little more rum because it's a very good one. And we're going to keep going on down the rabbit hole of little bits of British history. So if you like that, have a look at my playlist for History Corner. So I've got a couple interesting things going in there. And if you liked this video and you're interested in hearing more about the rum ration, subscribe and stay tuned because I'm working on something. Next year, at the end of March, is the 50th anniversary of the Black Tot in Canada, when the Canadian Navy officially ended the rum ration. And so I've got something special planned for that. So keep your eyes tuned out there in YouTube land, and keep following my channel for more little bits of history and little bits of historic liquor. I am Cigar and Bar. This has been Cocktail Corner, and I will see you next time we pipe up spirits. Cheers.